how's it going, guys? My name is Zach with the Movie Castle, and today we're going to be taking a look at Monsters. This is Season 2, Episode 14, and this one's entitled Bed and Boar. The episode originally came out January 21st, 1990, was directed by Sara Driver, and stars Steve Buscemi. That's great. We also got Jodie, Markell, and Charles Kay-Hune. Now, this episode, it was great to see Buscemi. He's probably the biggest star we've gotten so far in Season 2. He's always fun. He's a great actor, obviously one of the best parts of Reservoir Dogs. Sadly, not in the best episode. But the thing is, the episode's a passable B-side, and it does a little bit to kind of shake things up and make you question it a little bit. At first, it seems a pretty standard Monsters episode. It's a bottle episode. The whole thing takes place in one hotel room, and you get the classic seductress character coming in. We've gotten a lot of those on Monsters lately for some reason. She's there, and the two quickly become the evil schemer trope in Anthology horror. But when the monster's revealed, which I won't say what it is, but you can probably figure it out, it is a cool, wacky creature. It does clash a little bit with the serious seduction episode we were looking like we're gonna get, but that being said, I can't deny I thought he was really fun, and I think there is something more to this because I think the episode kind of says, hey, don't always assume your first instinct is right. Sometimes situations aren't what they appear to be, and pay attention and dig in a little deeper. And that did lead to more interesting revelations towards the end of the episode, and I feel like when we got there, it added another layer onto it and made it a little bit better. There are some cool ideas in this one. It is still kind of a standard, scummy guy conniving and giving into the seductress character, but that being said, the creature's fun, great to see Steve Buscemi in the show, and again, a little bit of an extra layer. So, on its base, kind of a standard formulaic episode, but with just some extra stuff added on top of it. It's a B-side, but a fun enough little B-side, and did surprise me a little. So overall, it's cool, even if it's not the biggest, best thing ever. But I guess in order to analyze it a little deeper, let's go ahead and dive in. I'm going to take a little bit of a look at the plot. I'll try to be avoiding major spoilers, though, but I do want to do a bit of analysis. We open up with Steve Buscemi on the phone, and he's in a hotel room complaining about the neighbors next door making loud noises, and the hotel says they can't move him unless he's willing to pay an extra cleaning fee, which he thinks is insane. I will say though, yeah, that is a thing. If they move you, even if you didn't touch too many stuff, they still do have to send the maid in there, and it's double the work for them. So yeah, I get it, but yeah, why did they have to put them right next to each other? Well, he's complaining and he eventually pounds on the wall. The only thing is though, I think the sound effects people went a little bit too hard with this sound effect. I think the idea is they were just supposed to be arguing, but it honestly sounds like they're murdering each other. I think we hear broken glass and everything. And I think that it's definitely past the call the police level, and it was supposed to be just noisy and disruptive. He tries to get a little work done, and as he's doing his expense reports, you can see that even though this episode came out in 1990, boy, prices have sure gone up. I think he said gas was $1.08 a gallon, and the hotel room itself was only like 28 bucks. Gee, and how big this hotel room is too? The past, but whatever. He eventually gets a phone call, the guy in the next room saying, hey, you should get out of here, you don't know what you're in for, and he thinks it's just a threatening evil husband, but it's anthology horror. Maybe there's more to this conversation than we think. Well, the guy storms out, and the woman comes to his hotel room seeking some companionship. She's in a wet nightgown, and she changes into just a bed sheet, and says, hey, can I let my nightgown dry off on this radiator? And my first thought is, I think that might be a fire hazard, but no. It shoots smoke into the air and it kind of changes the feel of the room. And yeah, it's a classic anthology horror seduction moment. We do get a few interesting lines where she talks about, oh, why do all men always wind up like this? And a few little clues and jokes that when you get farther into the episode, you'll understand what she's talking about. I will say there's also a shot of Steve Buscemi hiding his wedding ring because he's got to be the jerky scumbag character because it is anthology horror. But yeah, the one magical woman that's just going to whisk him away. Well, the husband does show up, and I won't say exactly what happens, but again, bear in mind you're watching a TV show called Monsters, and I will say Steve Buscemi brushes it aside surprisingly easy. You think if you saw what he did, you would freak out, but whatever, we have to keep the episode on track. But again, there are several more plot points in the story. I won't go farther into them, but needless to say, some interesting and fun stuff happens, and where Buscemi's character winds up in the end, I think that's a really interesting way to take the episode out on. Overall, like I said, it's kind of a standard bottle episode with a few classic anthology horror tropes, but again, the creature's loud and over the top, Steve Buscemi's here, and a few extra plot points towards the end. It's an okay episode, not the best thing ever, a large part of it is tropey and standard, but it just finds a few ways to kick it up a notch, and I can definitely respect that. Anyway, to everyone who's watched so far, thank you for watching. To everyone who's liked and subscribed, thank you. You really are helping the channel out. I'll leave a relevant playlist on the bottom. This should be my Monsters playlist. If you want to see me review more episodes of the show, you should be able to find more here. Anyway, have a good day. See you guys again very, very soon. Relevant playlist here. Have a good day now.